close your eyes and imagine a place where the desert meets the sea. The year is 300 BC. We are in Alexandria, Egypt. It is a city of wonders. The smell of papyrus and spices fills the air. People from all over the world walk these streets, speaking different languages. In the distance, the great lighthouse shines like a star. But amidst the noise and the traders, there is a quiet man. He walks into the great library, the most famous center of knowledge in the ancient world. History books often show him as a pale, old man from Greece. But the truth is deeper. He was a son of Africa, born under the Egyptian sun. His name was Euclid, and he was about to change the way humans see the universe forever. Who was this mysterious genius? And how did his mind organize the chaos of the world? To understand the man, we must understand the land. Euclid was not a tourist in Egypt. This was his home. Imagine him growing up near the banks of the mighty Nile River. Every year, the Nile would flood. It brought life and water, but it also caused a problem. It destroyed the fences and boundaries between farms. When the water went down, the farmers were confused. Where did one farm end and another begin? The Egyptians had to solve this. They used ropes and stakes to measure the land again. In fact, the word geometry comes from two ancient words, geo meaning earth and metron meaning measurement. Geometry literally means earth measurement. Euclid grew up watching this ancient African tradition. He saw that math was not just magic, it was a tool for survival. While many scholars came from Greece to study in Alexandria, Euclid was likely a man of the soil. He possessed the dark skin and the heritage of the people who built the pyramids, combining the logical philosophy of the time with the deep, practical wisdom of his Egyptian ancestors. Before Euclid, mathematics was a mess. It was like a library with no shelves. Books were thrown everywhere. There were rules for building pyramids, rules for counting taxes, and rules for watching the stars. But these rules were scattered and unrelated. People knew how to calculate, but they didn't understand why it worked. Euclid had a different vision. He wanted order. He wanted a system that was bulletproof. He realized that to build a tower of knowledge, you need a strong foundation. So he started with the basics. He called them axioms, truths that are so simple they don't need to be proved. For example, a straight line can be drawn from any point to any point. It sounds simple, right? But this was revolutionary. Euclid was not just solving problems. He was creating a new language of logic. He was taking the chaos of the real world and turning it into the perfect order of the mind. Euclid gathered all his knowledge into a series of 13 books. He called this collection the Elements. It became the most successful textbook in history. For over 2,000 years, if you wanted to learn logic, you read Euclid. It was the second most printed book in the world, right after the Bible. But Euclid was not just smart, he was also honest and bold. There is a famous story about Euclid and the king of Egypt, Ptolemy I. The king wanted to learn geometry, but he found the elements very difficult and long. He was a busy man, and he was used to getting what he wanted quickly. So the king asked Euclid, "Is there a shorter way to learn geometry? Is there a shortcut for a king?" Euclid looked at the most powerful man in Egypt. He did not bow and he did not lie. He simply replied, "Sire, there is no royal road to geometry." In that moment, Euclid taught the world a valuable lesson. Money and power cannot buy knowledge. You have to earn it through hard work. Euclid passed away around 265 BC, but his voice never died. For centuries, The Elements was the primary textbook for math in schools all over the world. Isaac Newton read it. Abraham Lincoln read it to sharpen his mind. Even Albert Einstein called it the holy little geometry book. Today, you might not see Euclid, but he is everywhere. Look at the screen you are watching right now. The pixels are organized by coordinates. Look at the bridge you cross to go to work. Its strength depends on triangles. From the architecture of our cities to the coding of our video games, the logic of that African mathematician is the invisible skeleton of our modern world. He proved that while empires fall and kings are forgotten, the truth, mathematical truth, lasts forever. Euclid of Alexandria showed us that the search for truth has no borders and no race. He was a child of the Nile who taught the world how to think. So, the next time you see a perfect shape or solve a problem, remember the man who measured the world. Now, I have a question for you. Euclid said there are no shortcuts to learning. What is one skill in English that you are working hard to master right now? Is it listening, speaking, or grammar? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about the hidden figures of history. See you in the next video.